Molluski slowly made his way through the giant crowd of people, making sure to keep his shell as covered as possible using the tarp from the ground at the scrap heap. As he advanced closer to the Rough Diamond agents, he started to hear the conversation Brandy and Belinda Thompson were having with each other. "I don't think anyone in this town is intelligent enough to even park a car, let alone build one," laughed Belinda. "Just you wait, sis. I think that you'll be surprised at what people can do when they get something good for doing it," said Brandy. Molluski was almost to the table the Rough Diamond agents had set up for people to sign up for the race when he noticed that Ronald Buster had gotten up from his seat and was now standing directly over Belinda. He couldn't tell what they were saying or with what emotion due to the crowd being closest to the table and the masks that the Rough Diamond agents were still wearing. Suddenly, he could hear Ronald Buster let out a scream of rage, and Molluski had just enough time to look up as Ronald picked up Belinda and chucked her across the market. Everyone in the market gasped as Belinda crashed into a nearby bakery, breaking through the window and landing inside. The owner of the bakery rushed over to where Belinda lay, but quickly passed her up and ran to his broken window and shouted,
"I hope you've got insurance, big guy, and I hope it covers me squashing you like dough when I'm making cupcakes."
The man quickly grabbed what looked like a medium-sized remote out of his apron, pushed a light green button on it, and stepped outside of his bakery using the gap in the window left by Belinda. Everyone in the market stopped, then waited for a moment for something to happen. About 30 seconds passed, and nothing had happened. Ronald began to charge at the bakery man, roaring with rage, while Brandy simply sat in his chair as if his sister hadn't just been thrown through a window. Ronald was mere feet away from slamming into the bakery man when, all of a sudden, a delivery truck equipped with what looked like two giant engines and a front plow of a train burst down the road into the market and slammed into Ronald, sending him flying through the crowd, knocking over about 10 or so pedestrians, for Molluski couldn't tell how many from how far away he was from the bakery. All the while, Brandy simply sat there as if nothing had happened in the first place. Suddenly, Julietta Marcus raced through the street and over to where Ronald lay, surprisingly not to where Belinda still was, and knelt down to inspect Ronald. Julietta rifled through Ronald's pocket and pulled out a vial that had the words, "No such formula," on it, then quickly got up and ran to the bakery where Belinda still was. Julietta opened the vial and poured it into Belinda's mouth. Belinda sprang back up, looked around, then calmly walked back to the sign-up table with Julietta. Molluski had absolutely no idea what had just happened, but then he overheard Julietta say to the others, "That idiot. He wasted his life in his own hometown, not even on the battlefield like he wanted to. Good riddance, I say." Hometown? Molluski thought. This guy used to live here? Man, things are getting weirder and weirder by the minute over here. Meanwhile, the bakery man had gotten into his delivery truck and driven through the crowd, which gladly let him pass. As he arrived at the sign-in table, the bakery man shouted to Brandy, "I heard that there's a race in town. I think you already know what I'm going to say." The man pointed to the giant engines mounted onto the back of his truck. "Sign me up, fancy boy." "All right, see what I told you, Belinda?" sneered Brandy. "What name should I file you under, sir?" The man tipped his baker's hat and replied, "You can call me Antoine. Antoine Brigitte."